Hi guys, this is a final reveal video from John. I'm looking at the Valom 1/72 scale MD 450 Marcel Dassault Ouragan. This kit was finished in IDF colours, Israeli Defence Force, or is it Israeli Defence Air Force? The aircraft served the IDF in around about the early 1950s, and these aircraft were originally purchased as fighters, but they very quickly became apparent that they weren't really suitable in the fighter role. But the Israeli Air Force actually used them quite successfully as ground attack aircraft. And the Valom kit comes with resin parts, which I did use the injection seat, which I had serious issues with, but the rest of the kit went together quite well. The interior, I had to do a bit of frettling away in the interior because for some reason when you put the interior together it won't fit inside the fuselage halves, and even still, can you see the air intake there? It isn't quite straight. It just would not go onto the section of the interior that allowed it to run straight and still fit into the cockpit and then into the fuselage halves. Now there are no location pins in this kit whatsoever, so assembly of the model sounds like it's going to be difficult, but it actually wasn't too bad. You can see the interior there. There's no pilot in there, sorry lads, but the interior is not too bad. It's quite detailed. It's got quite a nice cockpit tub, and the underside of the aircraft it's got a little bit of a loadout, a few Zuni style rockets and a couple of bombs there. Not too difficult. The colours painting for this kit were matte 26, matte 30 green, and the underside is actually that matte 65 Luftwaffe light blue, which is actually a call out for the Israeli aircraft. But it did paint up quite nicely, it did assemble quite nicely, and it's not a bad offering. It's not a terrible kit by any means. So yeah, I've got a bit of an issue there. I've got some touching in that. For some reason that's scraped some of the paint. I wonder what's happened there. I don't know. I'll have to touch that in a little bit with some brown paint. Shouldn't be an issue. The decals, I want to show you this decal, the shark teeth insignia decal at the front here, because that looks like it's been painted on. It went on an absolute charm. Really nice. Really impressed with that. Yeah, the decals on this kit went on really nicely. No ridge, no bubbles, and they took to the matte varnish really nicely. So quite impressed with that. It's not a bad kit. It isn't an easy kit to build in, but once you've got the airframe together, it's all right. It seemed to go together quite well. Is it a model I would recommend to a novice builder? Probably not. I would recommend it to someone who's been building kits for say 6 months. I don't think it should cause too much of a problem for somebody with a little bit of experience at modelling. But I wouldn't build this as your first, I would say, anywhere in your first 5 kits at least. And Valom are not a company. They're not a company for building starter sets, let's put it that way. And some of their kits are quite dear. I've seen this particular kit retail for as much as £62 on eBay, and it's sold. But I didn't pay that much for this kit. I think I paid about £16-17 for it, something like that, from a company in Germany. And I'm very thankful for them for selling it to me, because it's quite a rare kit to get a hold of now in IDF markings. The French version is quite easy, but in IDF they don't seem to be that popular. I wonder whether the war that's going on in Gaza at the moment has something to do with that. But I quite like the kit. The colour scheme's quite nice. The shark insignia is absolutely fantastic. And once I got the airframe together on this kit, I did enjoy it. So anyway, that's the final reveal of the Valom 1/72 scale I can't remember what the guy is. Marcel, that's it. Marcel Dassault MD 450 Ouragan. Hope this video has been of use. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.